So it feels like I make these videos way too often, but unfortunately my BMW broke again. But let me explain. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So unfortunately the title on the thumbnail is not clickbait. I am having trouble with the 435 again. Now, although I love modding this car and I definitely prefer making those videos over videos like this, I wanted to take you guys through like the realities of owning these cars. To clarify, I don't know exactly what went wrong, but the issue that I'm having is actually in the engine bay. Again, guys, I can tell you what I think it is, but I can't really say for sure. So let me just pop the hood and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So within the engine bay, there's some type of leak going on. Now, I think it's a coolant leak, but I don't know for sure. And the reason why I know that is because I saw some smoke coming up from here. This isn't exactly where I first noticed it. It was actually one day when I came home from a drive, I parked the car and I noticed like on the passenger side over there, I saw some white smoke coming up. So that's when I kind of figured something was wrong. Now, right now you don't see anything because the car has obviously been sitting. The engine isn't hot enough to produce smoke from whatever it is that's leaking, or at least that's what I think. But it was coming from down here. So now, like I said, because the car's been sitting, you can't see the smoke, but thankfully I did take a video the day of. I don't know how well I took the video, but let me just show you guys so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, after seeing that smoke, I looked into it a little more and let me show you guys what I found. So I grabbed the light so hopefully we can light up in there, but if you guys can see that hose over there, not that one, the one over there, it kind of looks, if you can actually focus in on it, it kind of looks like it's cracked and leaking. Now, it is sort of wet right now, but before it was a lot worse, and that is where the smoke was coming from, so I think that's where the leak is. Now, again, I keep on saying this, but I'm definitely no mechanic, guys. I don't try to be. I'm just a basic dude who likes to DIY stuff, so my knowledge of what's in that area is pretty limited, but I'm pretty sure it's a coolant leak. Now, one of the reasons why I say that is because if you look at the tank over here, the coolant's like all the way down over there, so we're definitely leaking coolant. If that's not a leak of coolant, we're definitely leaking it somewhere else, because of course we should not have coolant that low. Also, the last time I did it was when I changed this expansion tank hose, and I filled it up to like at least over here. Now, if you're wondering, this expansion tank hose does seem fine, so I did check that out. It's not leaking from there again, but it's definitely leaking coolant from somewhere else. At least that's what I think. Now, when this first started happening, right away I thought it was the valve cover gasket. One, because it's a very common issue on the N55, and then two, I actually looked up to see if anybody had smoke coming up from like a similar area. I found a post on a very well-known BMW forum, and the guy had a very similar issue, it looked like, and his turned out to be the valve cover gasket, so that's what I kind of assumed it was. However, looking at the coolant levels and then also looking at my engine oil level, which seems to be where it should be, like it hasn't gone down, I think it might be coolant. So yeah, unfortunately, although I think I know what it is, I don't really know for sure. Also, even if it's a coolant leak, I don't know where exactly. I showed you guys where I think it's leaking from, because that's also where the smoke is coming from, but I could be totally wrong. That could probably not even be a coolant line. I don't really know. If I can't narrow it down, I will just take it to a shop, because obviously, guys, with it leaking coolant no matter where, I'm not going to keep on driving it. What I'll do is just fill up the coolant with the coolant that I have left over from when I did the expansion tank hose, and then also mix it 50-50 with distilled water, of course. But for now, I'm going to try avoiding driving the car, because even with that, I really don't want the car to overheat, especially now that it's tuned. I feel like it's probably a little more prone to overheating, and I don't want to cause any more severe damage because of something silly. It kind of sucks because I can't drive the car. Well, I mean, I can technically drive the car. I can keep on just filling up the coolant if anything, but I just don't want to do that. I do have two other cars that I can drive, thankfully, but it still kind of sucks because I had a lot more mods coming for this car, mods that I was actually really waiting for and excited about, but we're gonna hold off on those for a little bit. So I apologize if this wasn't exactly a fun video or an upbeat one. Things just go wrong on these cars. It happens. Once I figure out what the issue is, I'll definitely let you guys know, so if it happens to you, you can know exactly what to do. But yeah, with that said, this video is done, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.